Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk about the importance of using a metronome when you practice. I'm sure you've heard your teachers and other mentors tell you that you need to practice with metronome, but I know that you don't like to. I know a lot of people think that it's very tedious, it takes up extra time, and you think you can get away with practicing without the metronome, but in fact, playing with a metronome will help you to build a firm foundation for your piece, and it'll help you to build discipline that you might not have recognized when you play without the metronome. So I'll try to explain to you how metronome can help you improve your piece. Practicing with a metronome is most effective when you're at a stage where you've learnt your notes and you can fairly comfortably play through without having to stop so many times. You may not necessarily be at the final speed stage, but yeah, you should be able to play through fairly comfortably in order to have an effective metronome practice. So how does a metronome help you improve your piece, especially in the final stages when you are trying to perfect it? Number one, it helps you improve your memory. Try playing through the whole piece with that strict beat with no flexibility, and it'll reveal to you where your memory weaknesses are. You'll be surprised. Number two, the metronome will help you identify the danger zone areas where you will most likely to make a mistake. Try playing through with the metronome without any mistakes. It's harder than you think it is, even at a slower tempo. For me, I would pick a slow tempo and see if I can get through without any stops. And then if I pass, I'll take it up a notch, make it a little faster, and see if I can do the same without any mistakes. And again, if there is a mistake, I need to repeat and practice until I can get through without any slips or mistakes. And that gives you a green light to try speed it up even more and repeat until you get to your final stage where you are at that speed where you can go fast and without any mistakes. Number three, and I'm sure this is the reason why metronome was designed in the first place, and that is to keep a steady beat. You may think you're playing your piece, in a very fairly steady pace, but try it with a metronome and you'll be very surprised to find that some areas feel very fast and some areas feel very slow, and it helps you to identify which areas you are speeding or not. Even if you are playing a romantic piece where you feel you don't really need to keep a steady beat and you have the liberty to kind of push and pull the tempo a bit, it is very important you know what the beat is and then pull your phrases around that beat rather than having no sense of beat at all. So it's very important that you practice with metronome even if it's a romantic piece. Another important thing I wanted to mention is that by doing this kind of very disciplined, strict, repetitive practice with metronome, really helps you to engrave that muscle memory into your hands, into your mind. Like I mentioned, I think the last time I played this piece was about at least 5 years ago, I think. But because I did the foundational work, very strong foundational work, it just came back to me after a few runs. Obviously, it was a bit rusty and wasn't as fluent, but it came back and the patterns came back. So by doing this very strong foundation work when you're learning a piece, it can last you a lifetime. Even if you bring it back after many years, it'll come back to you magically because you put in that hard work when you're learning the piece. So don't ignore the metronome practice. It's very important you practice with all the dynamics and then all the expressive markings, even at a slow tempo when you're practicing with the metronome. I know many of you forget about all the detail when you're practicing slow and you just focus on the notes, but practicing with the dynamics at a slow tempo, if anything, you should be exaggerating them, and that'll really help you to memorize the expressive markings as well as to really understand the music even at a slow tempo. These days, there are so many metronomes available. There are so many free metronome apps as well as the mechanical ones, but I like to use the ones on my phone because it's very easy to access and it's very easy to use. The one I use is called Metronome Metro Timer, and it's very simple. You can just adjust the tempo, volume, that's pretty much all you need. So you have no excuse not to use a metronome because it's free and it's everywhere.